Okay, market open 10:29 a.m. So around 460, 457 is pretty good support. Here's a 1 minute chart. Let me look at the 3 minutes. Is it there? Yep. Here's a 2 hour chart. Oh, I bought puts right here, but I panic sold yesterday. Just said screw it. I'ma just not worry about it. I'ma just work and not worry about it. Kind of regret it right now. Kind of regret it. Okay, market open. Okay, so I like 460. So potentially it can go to like 470 from here. From here you can go to 470 or 469, or from 460, 457 it can go to 470 or 469. How do I know that? Speculation from 1 top, 2 top, 3 top. Typically after 2 or 3 tops it comes down, and it came down. After 3 tops it came down. It's back up, bounced off this long-term support right here. But so anyway, this can still get higher to around like 476, potentially even around 478 to 482, or it could be dropping from here all the way to around, I mean, it could go to 400, which I don't think it'll go to 400 yet until it reaches in the 500s or in the 480s. But if it does drop here drastically, it'll probably go to like 435, maybe the 430, then bounce hard. Anyway, intraday chart. This is 2 hour chart right here. Here's a 1 minute chart. I like scalping these charts, the 1 minute charts. I like intraday charts. I like 1 minute. I like 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 20 minute. I like watching those. But when it comes to day trading / scalping, I like the 3 minute and 1 minute. Oh man. Okay, so I bought at the puts I sold yesterday. I bought at 209 and I sold them for a small loss. I sold at like 205, and today they're at 360. So damn, that's what I get. I should have left my position. You know, the market could drop very hard. This is a double top. 1 top right here, 1 top and 2 top. That is a double top, so it could drop very hard. I might buy puts again, not gonna lie, but I mean, it could be a falling knife. Like it could just fall straight down until like mid-January, or it could go to like 476 from here to 480. But this is a double top, and so anyway, if I do add, I'm gonna want to add at the next resistance, which is like 470, 469. These, it's really hard to explain right now because I'm in the process of learning the intraday patterns for this month, because I have not been trading in the past few months, at least not. I scalp a few times, but like scalping and day trading, scalping and holding for like, I don't know, 10-20 minutes, it's a lot different than day trading and holding for hours. So pretty much when I scalp, I mean, I can make like 10, 15, 20% profit in like less than 30 minutes, typically like 10, 20 minutes, because I sell before the resistance. I buy at patterns, at double bottoms, triple bottoms, double tops, triple tops, and I sell before it gets too risky. So anyway, so I'm in the process of learning day trading, the very profitable day trades. Like today, it can get to like 470, 469. I'm pretty tempted actually to buy some calls, but I do want to wait until around 460 maybe. So if I did buy puts around here, or I mean today, let me see where I would want to buy at. Bear with me, I'm doing multiple things. Okay, it's a 20-minute chart. So this is a 20-minute chart. These are support and resistance levels marked. I marked these pretty much on like, I think Wednesday and Thursday. These, at least these right here and this right here as supports. Looks like it's been a success. It's been a successful support so far. Well, actually it went below, but it was a successful support. I got these from the previous, I can't remember exactly because I did it in the break room and I can't remember anything in there because I can't focus. Anyway, looks like I got marked this from back here, which on a smaller chart looked better, which I'll get into that later. I'd rather watch the chart, the market right now. Okay, so let me see. Don't really know what to do because I forgot my freaking password to my iPad and I'm locked out again for 15 minutes. Fantastic. Okay, anyway, so let's see. If I bought down here, well, it's too risky. It's coming up on resistance, which I will get into all that later, or maybe not. I don't know what to do. Don't know how to teach. Let me see. Okay, 20-minute chart, 5-minute chart. I like the 20-minute chart. I also marked these at work in the break room, which I think like last week. Doesn't make sense, does not make sense, I know, but basically I marked the support and resistance levels. I'll get into it later when I'm gonna mark them live. I guess I'm gonna do it on here, I don't know, sometime, like, I don't know, probably not today, because to really show, it needs to be in the moment, because I can't just go back like, oh, this is why I did this, because it's too much. As you can see, all these lines, I can't remember all that. Let me zoom in. So basically, as you can see, I got this line right here from this resistance, and I got this line right here from this resistance, which is a lower resistance. Actually, I remember I marked this line because I liked how there's this right here as resistance, this right here, it's like 3 in a row, you know what I mean? Like here's 1, 2, and 3. So I like that, because that was a resistance. Now it can be a pretty good support. Probably not now, but it was. That's why I marked that, because it's pretty strong, because it got rejected 3 times. It spiked up right here, but it's a big wick. These big wicks are there to throw you off. The majority of the time they throw you off. They're just there to mess up technical analysis and basically throw people off, like right here. On a bigger chart, this is a big wick. It came up. I didn't expect this to happen. Well, I did, but I didn't think it'd happen. I thought it'd be bullish from here, which it very much well can be, but it threw me off. It threw me off because I bought, where'd I buy? Around here, so I expected it to drop. But since I did not know much about the intraday trends that are currently going on right now, the past, I don't know, few weeks or whatever, even months, that there's a random big spike. I mean, this big spike, I just panic sold pretty much, and I could have made profit. Would have been up. Like I said, I bought around, like, I believe 209, and right now it's at 3.6, so that's profit right there. This probably doesn't make sense, I know, not very well explained right now, but you know what, I'll get better. Notice I did not mark the resistance level for right here, for this big wick right here, because like I said, I don't trust them. I normally do. Like, if I knew what was going on, I probably would if it was important, but I currently did not, just because I don't really know what's going on with it, so I'm not messing with it. Because if I've been watching the trends and patterns, it would make sense to me, and I could mark it if it made sense. But since I don't know, yeah, I've explained myself like. Okay, so let's see this support back here. So typically I color these blue when they're bullish, when they're buy levels. So this was a buy level pretty much, if it came down to it, from a resistance. So right now it's at it, as you can see, and that's why it's bouncing. Question is, how high will it bounce? Like I said, probably around 469, 470 today, which I could make that trade, put in, like, I don't know, probably 15 bucks, make like times like probably 3 or times 8. As a matter of fact, let me look. I do want a paper trade, but my freaking iPad's locked. I was gonna show it. Hold on, what'd I say? Okay, hold on, my microphone's messing up. Hold up, I think. Okay, here's the options chain for SPY. These are where you buy options. This is where you look at options. So these right here expire on the 15th, which if I were to day trade / scalp, let's see back here, I was saying what, 469. I'm gonna look at 469 calls. Okay, so market open was at 47 cents, which typically is probably like 52 cents. So that'd be 100% profit if you bought a market open, which I plan to, but I didn't want to gamble. Did not want to gamble. So, you know, could have bought around maybe 52 cents, and right now it's 103, so that's 100% profit, or almost 100%. Pretty much is 100%. So for example, if you put you know, whatever, if you put $1,000, that's $1,000 profit. If you put 50 bucks, that's $50 profit. As you see, it correlates. So these are calls, right? So this was the call price for 469, as you see right here, 469. That expires December 15th. And so market open, it was, you know, 52 or whatever. The low was 47, but realistically could have probably bought around like 52, maybe 50, and that's at the very bottom, market open. And now it's up here. That is for, you know, I think that says 467. I might actually buy puts, some 460 puts. No, dang, no, because I don't want to teach and gamble. Okay, anyway. So as you see, it dropped a little bit. As you see right there, it came down a little bit. That's why the price came down a little bit. It correlates. This price correlates with this right here. So it's at 466.74. Like I said, I'm expecting Well, from here though, I don't know. It can get to 470, 469, but I think maybe it needs to get around like 460 first, unless it's very bullish and it's taken off and it's gonna break all-time highs. So it can be taken off from here. It's a 20 minute charts. It is a very good support. It's a higher support. It's a squeeze support right above this right here. These are all squeeze supports, which this, let me zoom out. So I marked, I'll get into that later because it's too much to remember. But these squeeze supports, I marked them from right here, which on a smaller chart, it makes more sense. Right now, it looks like what? It looks confusing. It does. But anyway, it's from back here. It's from the support levels of this trend, pretty much. As you see, there's the very top right there. The very top came down for a support. Then it bounced, and it got a higher high, and it came down. So it was a good support. This is where it bounced when it broke a new all-time high. So that's why I marked it. So I marked, I didn't mark the very bottom. Well, I also marked the very bottom right here, but not right there though. I marked it from the past, but I marked the higher low, which you can't really see right there. But so the very bottom I got from back here, the support level. It's basically a trend support, and I also marked the supports of a little squeeze here. Let me see. Let me zoom out. Yeah, so this was a squeeze pattern. Let me try to explain this. Basically, you see right before the squeeze, you see the squeeze right there? This was a resistance right before the squeeze. So it only makes sense that this is the next very bottom support because it started a new trend right here. So once it squeezed, it started a new trend. See? And now that's the support right there. And so so you see, that's the higher high, the all-time high, or was the all-time high. And so from there it came down, because typically resistance levels turn into support levels. So that's why I marked that. And it's not that simple, but once you day trade actively, like once you look at the charts, which I'm trying to do like every day, which I've been slacking very bad, and unable to focus, but the trends and patterns begin to make sense. Like you know where to mark. Like it's not always the very top, and it's not always, let's get into that later. Let's see what's going on right now. Or not, let me get into it now. Like right here, I marked the very top. It looks like right there, and also these support levels. I marked this. Well, this I say support levels. This resistance level, I marked the very top. This is a resistance right here, and I marked this resistance also right before the squeeze. And also, I like how you see I marked this resistance, and it was a resistance. I'm not sure if I marked it before or after this pattern, but either way, if I didn't, I'd see this right here. Then I'd see this right here. First of all, I see this right here, and I look back, and this is a strong resistance, so I marked it. And yes, it got passed, but that's fine because these are day trade intraday support and resistance levels. As time went, so this support from where this showed from back here, it became the main support, as you can see. And I don't even know, is it still the main support? Probably not. Nope, it dropped way down. But as you can see, you could have traded that for probably a few weeks. So this support lasted for how long? 23 days. So yeah, about a month. It's pretty much a month because it's market days, so it's 5 days a week. I'm trying to think what to say. This is distracting me. I'd rather be day trading, to be honest, but my freaking iPad's locked. I don't even know don't know why I have a password. No one's saying nothing private on it. Oh, it's locked for an hour now. I have not used the iPad. I don't know, it's been a few months. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so there's what's going on. Let's look at the option price. As you see, it is fluctuating. It's forming a flag. So this should come back up to this resistance right here around probably 93, 92. It's price action, aka flag pattern. This is the option 469 call. It's based on the chart on SPY. In SPY, it's a large cap, mid cap ETF of the S&P 500, which is the U.S. economy. So, if you study anything, it's good. I mean, if you want to trade anything, if you want to specialize on anything, in my opinion, it should be something that won't go bankrupt, something that'll always be around. Because if you study a company, then it could be a badass company today. Another 5 years from now, I mean, it may not be around. It may be bankrupt. You can still trade companies, but you can buy basically. When this drops, when SPY drops, everything drops mostly. Like maybe, I don't know, 70% of stocks drop, 70% of stocks. And at the bottom of SPY, pretty much when it reverses to be bullish, everything else reverses, it becomes bullish for the most part. It's the US economy. And as you see, it's spiking up right there. And right here it's going to 88. Like I said, what I said, like 92 to 94 or 3 is resistance. So let's see if it can break it, which, like I said, it's very much it very much can break it. It can go to like 460. It can go all the way to like 469 or 470, which I am anticipating for a 460 support. As you see right now, it bounced off right here, which what did it bounce off? It bounced off 462.92, which this is at a squeeze support, by the way. This is at a squeeze support. I marked it. As you can see, the color of the line, these are all squeeze supports, at least for a bounce and potential squeeze, which I think if it is reversing, if it is going to squeeze, it's going to be around 460, 457. But hey, if it squeezes very hard within the next, if it's at like 478, if it's at 476 to 482 within the next, by like, I don't know, because it can't get to 500 or 520. What was I even saying? I don't remember. So basically, it can squeeze here. It can, but I kind of doubt it. It's got to get a bit lower. If anything, it'd go to like 469, 470, and then drop lower. But hey, I haven't been studying the intraday charts, so you know, even if I was, I mean, I still never know for sure. I'm gonna shut up now. Wow, I guess this was on mute the whole freaking time. That freaking blows. Oh my god, how long has it been on mute? Okay, so this is a 1 minute chart, and this is an interesting pattern also. A very interesting pattern that's been common. That's very common actually. As you can see, here's 1, 2, and 3. 3 bottoms. If you zoom out, you can see it better. It's dropping. So basically, that indicates a move is coming, whether bullish or bearish. So 1, 2, and 3. That means it could have went up. It could have went up to like for the next resistance around 466.3, or drop to the next support, which right now it's around 463.7, and it's dropping. So I could buy, I think it's dropping to like 460, so I'm not. It probably will bounce a little bit for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes maybe, but it will not be worth trading because it could drop very hard. Let's see. So this is a higher support, and it's right on the support, as you can see, but this bounced right here. So okay, I see a head and shoulders potential pattern. If you look back, right here would be a shoulder, and these two can be considered the head. So right now it could be coming for another shoulder. So basically this is coming for support based off back here, and this low was, what is this, 463.48. So it could bounce above that. That's why it's potentially bouncing right now, which, like I said, it could be just bounce a little bit. It could bounce, like, if you traded, I don't know, wouldn't be worth it, but it's like a 3% profit, 5% profit, easy. Potentially, like, I don't know, if it squeezes from here, which I doubt, but it can, it could be like a couple 100% profit. So this support right here, it's basically right around this line right here. This line, that is a support. And it would make sense for it to bounce on the higher support. As you see, there's a line. It can get right below it though, like right below it, then bounce. Or it can bounce on the higher support, which is right here. You see, that's the higher support. I know it's like, oh, how'd you get the higher support? I know. I'm just showing my strategy. I can't explain everything, man. Not at once. But as you can see, bounce, little bitty bounce, not really worth trading, in my opinion, unless I was very bullish. So let's see, it's getting to this resistance right here. If I zoom out, if it's going to 470 or 469, yeah, it would bounce around here probably, because I mean, if it's getting there like today, which it may not be, it could be going to like 460 or 457, like I said. So if it did bounce from here, it can get to probably to this resistance right here. Can't even see that. It's 466.4, around 466.4. So it'd probably get there and then test resistance. So it gets to resistance and come back down for support to test support. And if it got up there, if it got up here and came back down, this would probably be the next support right here. As you see, it's testing the support. And here's 1 top, 2 top. This is, I don't like doing this because it tricks you a lot, but it is valid sometimes. Really, you need to be very particular, which I'm not very particular right now, because anyway, as you see, 1 top, 2 top. So people, they like drawing a line. So right here, right? But this pattern seems strange so far, although it could be head and shoulders. So this could come back up here to this, around here to this resistance, and then come back down for support around this line right here, aka back here, the candlesticks. You see the support, the price, it'd probably be above this, like around here. This one's a bit higher, so it'd be a higher high. So it'd be around here, around 460, I think that says 464.47. Yeah, so it'd be around there or a little bit higher by a few cents. But let's see, it's testing the support, so let's see. Currently testing this support right here. Let me look at a different chart. I want to look at a 3-minute chart. So right now it's potential, as you see, it's a higher high so far. There's a bottom, there's a higher high. So it could bounce up from here, or it could come down lower for a double bottom, which it technically is, but it can go lower because right here is 0.77. It got to right here is 0.84. So yeah, it can go lower. It could even go lower to here, right here, to this line right here. But this is a higher support, so this is the more bullish support. If it's squeezing today, it'll likely be this support right here, though it still can come down to this line right here. But for a big move soon, within the next few hours, yeah, this would be the support in my opinion. Draw this line right here, or put extension on. Okay, bathroom. Okay, so got to my little trash line I made. My little trash line. So that's 3 tops, so basically it could fall here or it could start reversing. So from here it could come down to this support, then it could reverse, at least, you know, to get to around like up here, around 466.3. Like I said, I never use these lines because it's kind of an amateur thing to do, but if you know how to do it, then it's very useful. But I don't do it much, so I'm gonna just take that away. I like support and resistance, and it's at a resistance right now. So from here, let's see. So it got here, it came down to this support right here, so it bounced off this support. So let's see, it can squeeze straight up to where I said the next resistance, or it could come down again to around this support right here and then squeeze. Let's see. So right now it's testing. As you see, the resistance, it came down at the resistance and it's testing the support now. Like I said. So yeah, it could come to support like it is, and it could bounce really hard, or it can drop to the next support, which is around this line right here, which I am anticipating around 460 probably today if it is dropping. And from there it'll probably bounce, I don't know, it could bounce to, I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna say, I don't know, if it like 460 to 457, it can get to like 470 to 469, 468 at least, or it's dropping straight down. From here it'll probably go back up to at least this support right here. Let's see. It don't look like it so far. It does not look like it's, but still a head and shoulders. Well, let me zoom out. Yeah, still head and shoulders. As you can see from back here, there's a support and is a head and shoulders so far. As right here, shoulder, down here, the head, down here also the head, but the higher high, the higher support, I should say. And this right here is still a higher support. What is it? Let me see. What is this? 463.12. Back here, looks like it's dropping maybe. 463.12. Yeah, well, actually, what's this? 463. So that is the head and shoulder support. Needs to stay above 463, which technically can still go below it by a few cents. Well, actually, that's the head. It is still a lower low. So right now it's still a higher low. By the way, I've been up all night, freaking tired, just saying. Okay, so as you see, it's came back down here to the support. Now it's gonna test, so it can go right here, then drop even lower than right here, or it can go right here and then it can squeeze past this, which I would love to be day trading this for the stream, for the video, but I'm trying to figure this crap out. My phone, trying to figure out how to mirror, how to Chromecast mirror. Looks like that's potentially a bull trap. Let's see. That was a bull trap indeed. Bull trap indeed. Remember those calls that were up 100%? Those calls were up 100%. Oh, if you did not take profit, you'd be negative. I don't know, like negative maybe like 5%, maybe more like 10%, 12%. But Yeah, so you see, I mean, market open is at 47, so you could have bought around like 50, 52, and it got to 103, 100% profit essentially, came back down, and now it's at a new low. And that's my issue with these is I try to get like 300%, 400%, 700% trades, and I'd probably just put like, I mean, typically this right here, I go for trades that just where I could buy at like 20, maybe $20, $10. I don't typically go for the $40, $50 ones unless I'm trading more money. But if I just gamble with it, I buy one contract at like $20 maybe, or maybe even $10, and try to get like 1,000% or 700%. But in this case, you know, could have bought at, like I said over here, took 100% profit, and hopefully you took profit, or else you'd be negative. Although it still can reverse, by the way. I mean, at least for intraday or day trading. Let's see, I could bounce here, around here. This is a 1 minute chart. Let me look at a 3 minute chart. Right on supports. Oh, it got lower. It's a lower low. 262.74. Yep, it's lower. But yeah, I mean, it still can get to like, I don't know, around 465.4 or 5, or 465.2, 2 or 3, and then drop. And like I said, the more you trade, the more you know the patterns. Like right now, I'm a little bit lost. Like the more you watch the market all day and see the patterns, you see the patterns form live in front of your face. Like right now, you can see, this is a potential bullish pattern, but I'm not sure because I have not been actively trading all freaking day. It's pretty hard to go back in the past and look at each freaking day and remember everything. In my experience, the best way to learn patterns is to watch the market live and trade live, paper trade live, because looking back at the past at little intraday patterns on the 1 minute chart or 3 minute chart, to me that's boring. But when I trade live while paper trading, watching the market live, that's fun because it's like a game, which I wish I could paper trade live, but my freaking iPad's locked. My iPad is locked, so because I can show it on the screen. I can show it on my screen right here, but it's locked, so I don't know. I guess I'm just not going to focus on that. Oh, let's see, dropping. And I mean, technically, it is still above the support. This is a line of support right here, in the main support. So it should bounce around here. But how high will it go? Around this line? I don't know. It can just go to like 463. So it should bounce around 462, 462.3 or 4 maybe. Right now it's at 462.5, 6. So right here, it can probably just bounce this from here to like, I don't know, maybe if it's dropping, it can bounce to 463.7 maybe. But this is the real support right here. So I mean, it could bounce hard. I'm tempted to put real money and buy calls here, but I do want to wait till like probably like 460, 457. But this is a potential day trade though. It could bounce from here and get to here. As a matter of fact, I just might. You know what? No, I'm not going to. This is the 1 minute charts. Oh, right on support. Let's see. Right on. Let's see. Is it gonna test it? It probably will. But hey, maybe it won't. Like I said, here's 460. I actually was gonna buy some 460 puts, but I forgot. I was gonna buy, I don't know, I probably wouldn't have bought because I would have waited for like would have waited for at least right here around 466.1 or 2. And typically it can go below support by like, I mean, at least in the past, I have not been actively trading all day, but in the past it can go like maybe $1.50 below support. So right here is 462.24, so it can go around 461 for the bounce. And that would make sense too, because it's right between the bottom. 461 would be between this support, 460, and right below this support. Which on a bigger chart, it's just a big wick. Like, let me look for an example. Like this right here, this big wick right here. See this, a big wick? Let me go to a bigger chart. Here's a 20-minute chart. Oh, that's not a good example. That is not a good example. Hold on, gotta activate my other screen. Okay, another 20-minute chart. Let me take this off. 20 minutes, no. Okay, here's a 1 hour chart. Kind of sleep deprived, by the way. That's my excuse for being slow. Okay, like this big wick right here. It's 12/8/21, 5 a.m. It's 1 hour chart. Let me go to a 3-minute chart. 12/8, 5 a.m. Yeah, it's pretty much this right here. This whole thing right here is this. Maybe I'm not gonna fact check that. Okay, fine, I'll fact check it. 467.8 right here. Okay, 467.8. And this got to 470.98. Yeah, so it's this whole thing is a wick. As you can see, that weird looking wick right here, it's all this right here, because this right here is a 1 hour chart, so the candles are a lot, obviously they're bigger. And this right here is a 3-minute chart, so it's a whole bunch of candles. It is a whole bunch of candles. Yeah, I don't know if that explains this being a big wick, but maybe not. Let's see. I might actually buy around 461. Oh yeah, never mind. I don't want to trade real money because I can't really. If I could paper trade, I would. This is a 3-minute, 461.79. A 20-minute, zooming out, 461.3, 461.29. Tempted because it could get around like at least 467. So I might day trade this for real, with some real money maybe. Okay, so let me look at the contracts. Here's the option contracts. Here's 15th. Today's the 14th. Wait, yeah, today's the 14th. Okay, so what was I saying? I'm gonna look at 466 calls because those are more safe. How much are those? 88. I'm too broke and cheap for that. I like under 30. Hey, what do you know? 28, but no, it can go lower. So okay, they put this to the side. 461.7. Pretty tempted, not gonna lie. Pretty freaking tempted. The degenerates in me, I think 457 would be a better place to buy. But that's like a swing trade area. You see, it's gonna bounce, likely. See, so if I had the funds and I had the balls and I had the day trades, I'd have bought right there. Let's see, I'd have bought, like, to be safe, like 465 calls. It can go lower still. It probably will go lower, but I'm gonna show the option price, the option option price chart. Anyway, 466, what did I say? 465 calls, 117. Now that'd be safer to buy. I mean, it costs more. It's not necessarily safer, but for scalping and day trading, it's definitely safer. So as you see, the left side is calls, the right side is puts. Calls mean it's going up, puts mean it's going down. So basically this is betting the price is going higher, this side, and this side is betting the price is going lower. 465. I'm gonna look at the ask. I like looking at the ask, so that way I can get in fast. I'm gonna send this to, I don't know, yellow. So could have bought it around 113, which realistically, like probably like 115, 116, because I wouldn't have bought the very bottom, likely. Now it's at 124, so I don't know. That's not very much. That's like, I don't know, 4 to 7% profit maybe. My math's not very good. You don't have to be good at math to trade. You just gotta be determined and persistent. So anyway, this option price chart, so I'm gonna keep that there. And back to, wait, what just happened? Oh, okay, I messed up. I sent everything. What is this right here? Okay, so I should have sent it to this color. I don't even know what this color is, but it's number 4. Okay, 465, I'm gonna right click, send to 4, it's green. So this back here, I sent it to yellow, which that was my SPY chart. So I'm gonna type in SPY because pretty important to watch. Yeah, I really wish I bought some 460 puts, not gonna lie. Let me look at them right now. Option chain, whatever, option price chart. Okay, 460. Did not feel like gambling with not enough studying. It's at 232. What do I want to send it? Let's see what this is. Green. Oh, got lower. That 465 call. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, 460 put. So here's the 460 put. I'm gonna look at the ask, right click it, send it to green. Oh man, looks like it was cheaper yesterday. So this was 43 cents, which is technically $43. The low, oh, let's show it. So 43 cents. Damn, so I could have bought that at 43. Realistically, like probably like 45 to 47 cents. So let me do the math here. Right now the high is at 241. If I sold, it'd probably be around like 235 to be realistic. So 235 divided by, I don't know, 46.46. So that'd be 500. That'd be 500% profit right there. Well, damn, buddy. And right now it's potentially reversing. Well, I mean, you know, to test resistance at least, not reversing, but as you see, it is some price action coming in. So back to the 465 calls that expire the 15th. Damn, they popped up. No shit. That's a 10-minute chart. I need a 1-minute chart. So got to 110 and went up to 133. I don't know, what's that, 20% profit? Around 20% profit. Take 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes. So, you know, to get more confidence and have more money in your brokerage account, you could put like 1,000 right there. It's $200 profit, you know, take profit. You could leave like, I don't know, know, you could leave like 50 bucks maybe, because this could go like, it could be like 300% profit, 500% profit today. Chart, what does it say? 465, yeah, which 464, never mind, I was gonna say 464 is more realistic. But you know, you take profit, you know, you take it fast if you put a lot of money. Scalping, option scalping. So really the benefit you get from watching the market all day consistently, or at least looking back at it every day, which I'm too lazy to do, is okay, so move like this, like you could have confidence, like, oh, like right now I don't know if it's gonna get there or not, which even if I did feel like I did know, I really wouldn't know, but I just have more confidence. So like I said, I wanted to buy a 461, around 461, it got there, right? And I could have bought those contracts and could have made 20% profit right there in like 3 minutes. But if I had the confidence, I would stay in this trade. I'd keep the money there, or take most profit at least, maybe leave a couple hundred. So say I put 1,000, I take 20% profit, I take 200 bucks profit, which really I would just take my 1,000 back and leave the 200. Right, so what was I getting at? Oh yeah, so when you watch the market every day consistently, you'll understand the patterns and trends more, and you'll be more confident. Like for example, instead of taking profit so soon, taking a little 10-20% profit, this can go up all the way. Like this can bounce, and it can bounce hard, and it can turn to like, I don't know, probably maybe like maybe like 300% profit, maybe 400% maybe. So that's times 3 times 4. So if you put 1,000, that'd be 3,000 or 4,000 profits. So that's the power of option trading. That's the beauty of pattern trading and scalping options that expire you know, less than 3 days. But it can also be very toxic, because maybe you won't take profit and you will lose 1,000. That's why I would prefer trading with thousands and taking 10-20% profit until I build my brokerage account to tens of thousands, like maybe 40,000. Like once it gets up to around 37,000, then I'll probably start trading with like 2,000. I mean, for a day trade, like leaving for hours. But typically my goal is to be able to build my brokerage up enough to where I can trade with like 5K, and right there it'd be easy 10-20% profit. So that'd be $500 right there, 10% profit, you know, like 500 bucks one day. I trade with 5,000, then right there 3 minutes make 500 bucks. And if I felt a little more risky, I can wait for the 20% profit, and that'd be $8,000 profit right there in 3 freaking minutes with 5K trading. Do not forget taxes. You guys still pay taxes, and that kicks my ass really. It's like on years you're not profitable, you still got to pay taxes. So, and I really can't call myself a highly profitable trader, or profitable at all, because I really gamble. So I trade with small amounts, with tiny amounts, you know, like, you know, maybe like 60-80 bucks, try to flip it times 4 times 5, and then it ends up, you know, losing. Like I'll be up 100%, maybe 120%. I won't take profit because it's a small amount, and then it ends up going negative and end up just losing it all pretty much. That's why trading with more money and taking profit sooner is a better strategy in my opinion, because you will likely take profit and not just leave it and consistently lose trying to make times 3 times 5 times 7. You'll be happy with that 10%, 20% profit if you trade with a few thousand, you know, even 3K. I mean, 10% of that's $300, you know. You see, and now it's getting risky. If I put 1,000, to me it's a lot for a day trade to risk on this type position. I'd be like, oh, I'll be panicking, oh my god, oh, I hope it goes through, I hope my plan works out. But you know, when you take profit, that 10-20%, you put more money, then you take profit, you take it all, or you leave a little bit. You don't really care. It's like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen, you know. Like it's you know, it's not very stressing. It's not that stressing. Like I guarantee there's people who put money here. There's, I don't know, you know, more experienced traders with bigger brokerage accounts. They have like 1,000 on this trade, and right now they're breaking a sweat. They're like, oh man, am I about to lose $700 or $600? Them 465 calls are looking tempting, but I'm a bit too late. Oh, I mean, it's already on 465 calls. As you can see, the resistance from the past, it's so far it's hitting right here and right here. So I got this resistance from, let me see, it's a 1 minute chart. Okay, 11/2/21, 10:45. 11/2/21. Wait, is this it? Yeah. So it's from back here. This is the main support of the trend. So this is yeah, that's how I got this, which on a bigger chart, this right here is a 1 minute chart, but that's the very top. So let me go to a bigger chart. Back here, as you can see, it's a support right before the squeeze right here. This support right here, then it squeezed into the new trend. So that's why I marked that as a support. And yes, it got lower, yes. So basically this could have been a squeeze right here. I mean, if it did not fall down, instead of dropping down here around 440, I think it was 448, it could have went to like 480, probably 482, 480, around 480, 482 as the next resistance. But it pulled back because, I don't know, it's probably news. And plus it's also market psychology. It's not gonna always squeeze. It's a lot better to just trade the patterns and trends, in my opinion, and to not watch the news, to not pay attention to the news, because that it's already enough pressure trading, you know, and listening to the news just makes it worse, because a lot of times there's like bad news and you think, oh, the market's gonna drop, but it does not drop, and you end up being bearish, or you end up selling your positions, your bullish calls, you end up buying puts or selling your puts because of bad news, and it still goes up. So then you miss out. So I learned to not trade, to not listen to the news. I block it out completely. I know nothing. I do not know what's going on with the news, because ignorance is bliss. It's only 10:22 a.m. It is only 10:22 a.m. So yeah, it could still get to like 457, 460. If it gets around there, I'll probably buy some 465 calls with real money, but it could get there from here. That's just the thing. I mean, if you want to buy here, if your account's big enough, you can buy here. It costs over 100. So right now it's at 113. So realistically, well, it says 122. So you'd have to buy around 120. Well, now it's 116. So you'd have to buy around 120 if you want to buy right now. And so yeah, if you want to buy a couple hundred, or you know, like 2-3 shares, you know, that'd be like, I don't know, 360 or something around there. You can do it, and if it goes up, you'll profit. If it goes lower, it'll probably go all the way to like, maybe it can go to like 70 or 60 cents maybe. And then if you have a big brokerage account, you can average down, you can buy more, which I don't recommend doing. That's why I prefer scalping, or taking most profit and leaving a little bit, so that way it's a lot easier. To average down. But yeah, so if it did drop, like it can pop here, it can. So you can leave a couple hundred if you have a bigger account, and then you know, make maybe 100%, 300% profit, make 100-200 bucks. You can leave it there and risk it. And if it drops, you can just average down and you can still profit. So if it drops to 60, for example, like right now, you know, it's at like 122. If it drops to 60, it'd be pretty much $60 a contract, 4 contracts really. So I don't know, you'd have to, if you got a couple hundred in there, I don't know, let's do the math, average down, and put like maybe 700 bucks, 700-800, maybe 1,000. So you'll be still negative, maybe 15-20%, but I'm just babbling. I am babbling. Basically, if you have the money, if you have the leverage, aka the money, then you can average down, which I do not recommend, but that is a strategy. In this case, I think it's valid. And this is the live market, by the way. This is live. Just saying, you see it says connected to real-time data. December 14th, there's a time. I'm just saying, because, you know, I'm sure people could just fake it. They could just go on a simulation, to where it's not real time, but this is real time. Like, this is real time analysis, potential real time profit. All right, so let's see what's going on here. It's one top, came down for support. Okay, again, these are the patterns of the market today, which I'm not familiar with, but either way, this is a resistance right here, and it's looking like a squeeze pattern so far. Here's one top, came down, came back up. This is a lower, this is 0.92, this got to 0.91, so it's a failed resistance. So it dropped, came back for support, past resistance, got to 0.96, right here is 0.92, that's 0.96, came back down. So I'm gonna say it's one top, 461.96. Nah, that's not, I'm not gonna consider that a top yet, but the second top is potentially coming in. So for it to be a second top, it needs to get to at least around 461.96. Oh, what do you know? 461.99. So yeah, there's two tops right here. So one top, two top. So right now it's technically a double top. So it's gonna come back down for support, or it's gonna form a squeeze pattern, which it still needs to come back down for support and then squeeze, and it can form a triple top. So it'll pretty much be like this, like right here, it can come back down for support, If it's a squeeze pattern, it'll come down a little bit, like say right here, say it's right here, right? It'll come down a little bit and then test resistance again. Then it'll fly past, like it'll go up high, like see how it is right now. Potentially, it's still at a resistance. It is still at a resistance. But so far, yeah, it's looking like a squeeze. But it is at a resistance. So very popular and very common squeeze pattern is a double top. Then it comes down for support for a squeeze. So typically the potential squeeze will end up being a triple top because it'll come back down or it'll squeeze. Like here's one top, like I said, and then the second top, wherever that was right here. So it came back down for support and that little squeeze right there, which is at a resistance. But sometimes if it's unsuccessful, like I said, it'll drop like this. It'll drop, be long, it's more extended, and then it'll come back up to around the top to around. So it'd come back up to around 462 and then come back down, and that'd be a triple top. So triple top, it'd come back down and then it could squeeze or it could drop. In this case, it looks like it's squeezing, but okay, yeah, that's right. Commonly the past, what I've noticed just from, I don't know, probably like 8 or 9 hours worth of, not even, like probably 4 hours worth of studying the intraday trends. Yeah, I was gonna say the squeeze is common. It tricks you, like that tricked me. It tricked me. The patterns have been squeezing lately. Like, okay, like right here is squeeze and it tricked me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sell my puts. Like I bought around here, I bought some puts, you know? So I bet the market was going down, which it did. But right here, I bought it, then the squeeze came, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sell my puts, you know, I'm just sketched out. You know, pretty much I panic sold and for a small loss, at like 5% loss. But if I kept it, I'd have probably been up like, I don't know, like maybe 60%, maybe 40%, something like that. But anyway, that's what's happening right now. Potentially, this little squeeze right here, this pattern, because most people, including like myself 5 minutes ago or whatever, I'm like, oh, which it still could be reversing. But this squeeze right here, it does not mean nothing. It does not mean, it's not official that it's reversing. Like it looks very bullish because that squeeze, but that's just the intraday patterns. So basically, it could be a bull trap. And also a common pattern also that I've noticed in the market lately is a sideways triple top or sideways triple bottom. Like you see it's forming right here, it's forming. Like this would be number one, this would be number two. It's coming down, so it'll probably come back up after maybe within 30-40 minutes. It'll be back up a little bit higher, probably at this resistance right here. Right below it, see right there, this is a little bit higher, so it come back down, it'll do price action, then it'll come back up to above this right here, probably around 462.4, and then it'll drop again to support, which it'll probably be around 461.8, and then it could squeeze from there, or that could be the top around 462.4, the top before around 460 or 457. So that's the thing about being a scalper and a I call it micro day trading. I don't know. I guess it's called high frequency. But that's the thing about watching the charts. You know what can happen, so you trade based on that, and that's how you take safer profit. That's how you take the little easy. That's how you take the easy 10-20% profit. You know, instead of being for sure and keeping your money there and hoping for like 100% profit, 200-400% profit. You just put more money and you take that 10-20% profit. You know. So basically, I know what can happen, at least so far, but you know where to take, you know where it's safer to take profit instead of it becoming risky. Just take profit. I just completely had a brain fart, I'm not gonna lie. I like confuse myself low-key. Hopefully you get what I was saying, because I do, but obviously I can't really articulate it very well. Not very charismatic. Oh, also I'd like to point out the bottoms. So here's one bottom, 2 bottom, 3 bottom, 4. So at least like a month, 2 months ago, I was looking at the patterns. Today I was looking at the past, and this is very common. So around here is where the move happens. So yeah, it's going to either pass this resistance and it's going to start getting higher, I don't know, around 465, potentially 469, 470, or it's going to, you know, it'll probably go up higher, like I said, around 462.3 or 4, and then it's going to drop. So like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is a 1 minute chart, so it's not very good to follow. I mean, this is a scalping chart, you know, like if I look at a bigger chart, like right here it says four bottoms, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. But let me look at I don't know, let me look at 10-minute chart. Oh, you can't see shit. Yeah, it doesn't say much. Maybe it could, but I don't really look at 10-minute that much, which I should. It's better for day trading, for keeping positions longer and not scalping. But anyway, let me see. So here's a 5-minute chart. So according to this, looks like it is still one bottom, 461.07. So it needs to get lower. I mean, you know, according to that, for it to be so the 1-minute chart is 4 bottoms. On that, it's 1 bottom. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean it's gonna get lower. It does not mean it's getting lower. It could still get to like 465 or 469 even from here. If it's very bullish, if it's like going to like 476 from here, then yeah, this would be a good place to buy. I wonder how much those cost. Probably expensive. They're too expensive. I'm not gonna buy them. I mean, not with real money anyway. If I was paper trading, I would. But as you can see, it's high up. Like if it falls, like this is the bottom, right? If it was the bottom, if it was a bottom type pattern, I'd put real money, but it's too high. See, it's all the way up here, and the move already happened. I missed out, which is crazy. I was telling people too, I'm like, oh, SPY could be reversing today. Like I took Uber that day, and I told the guy, he traded stocks too, and I told him, hey, SPY's probably reversing. You should probably maybe, you know, want to buy some longs maybe or whatever. But I didn't do it myself because I'm too cheap. I have not been studying enough, and I've lost too much the past month, so I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna risk it. And if I did, I mean, depending what I bought, if I bought longs, I mean, if I bought around the bottom, you know, this would probably just be like 30%, 40% profit around here. And then if I didn't take most profit or all profit, I mean, right here, it'd be like negative like 20% probably, negative 30%. Or nah, it'd probably be like negative 5% maybe, or maybe positive 5%. This depends how far I bought away. Yeah, confusing. Yeah. But if I made the move I thought about making, but I didn't do it, I was gonna buy some 470 calls that expired in a few days, and that'd have been like times 10 profit. So I'd have bought calls that expired, I think they expired in like 3 days, 4 days, and I think it cost like 10 cents, 14 cents. So could have made like times 10. But longs typically expire in like maybe 2 months, a month and a half. Instead of being up times 10, it'd be up like times, I mean, not even times, it'd be up like 30%, 20, 30, 40%, because there's more time. And I'd have bought like maybe 480 or 500. Yeah, I'd have probably bought 500 calls, like the price 500. Like right now it's at 4, the high is 472.99. I'd have bought 500, a call for 500. Yeah, I think I'm explaining it right. Okay, let's see what's going on here. This is that crap I hate. Choppy ass freaking. This is the part that sucks about day trading, about scalping, is when it's choppy. Because if you don't take profit, it is extremely stressing. Because if I bought here, I mean, you know, around the bottom, I'd still probably be negative 10% right now. Because all this time passed, all these patterns happened, even though it's higher right here than back here. I'd probably go from being up like maybe, I don't know, 30% to being up 5% or negative 5 or 10%, depending how low I bought. See, so I'd have probably bought around like 115, maybe 117. Right now it's at 112, so I'd have been negative right now. I don't know, it's like negative like 7% maybe or something like that. Like I said, that's the beauty of scalping, you know, taking that 10-20% profit. You ain't gotta worry about it. You put more money, take that 10-20%, you're out. I cannot wait till I have like, I don't know, like 40,000 in my brokerage account. I'm gonna be day trading all freaking day, taking 10%, 20% here and there, trading with like 3,000-4,000, taking $400 like 4 or 5 times a day. Whew, cannot wait. Hard work pays off. It is a new low, as you see. It's now the price. This is 465 call. The new low is 108, and as you can see, it's still higher right here. It's still higher than back here. So it's like, oh, how's it lower? It's still higher. It's because theta burn and plus the pattern. It hit the resistance right here and it came down. It does still look potentially bullish, not gonna lie, but I like 457, 458 better as a support. Even like 460, obviously, because right here it's pretty good support, but it can get lower than 460 because it can be a big candle wick. Which big candle wicks, I mean, if they go below technical supports or they go above technical resistance levels, they pretty much They throw off technical analysts, and they throw off algorithms. They throw off, I can't really talk. They throw off alarms, things like that. They throw off emotions. Most of all, they throw off emotions. The big wicks, they get above expected or below expected to where people panic sell, or they get FOMO, fear of missing out. They buy. Like if it got real high past a resistance, past a expected resistance, oh, it's gonna go higher because it got past resistance, but really it was just a big wick and it fell. Like right here, this is a great example. You see, this was a resistance right here, resistance, fell right here, got past resistance. I guarantee you people are like, oh, I got past resistance, it's going higher. It came back down here to support. They added a bigger position, like, oh yeah, gonna get this money. Then it fell. You see the big wick? That's what I'm saying. Them big wicks or their trickery. I'm a little bit delirious. Been up since, how long I've been up? Since like 9 p.m. Right now it's 11 a.m. Just saying. Now I think about it, I should eat something. Okay, let's see the price. It's at 108. As you can see, it's still a higher high. This is the 1 minute chart. It's 461.07. It's at 461.15. right here, so still potential to get to at least around 462.4. If I look at the past, let me look at the past. 3 minute chart. This is a 3 minute chart, so I'm gonna look back here. What is this? I see something. 462.99, 463.5. So I'm gonna mark, okay, 462.99, 462.99, 462.99. I'm gonna extend it, right extension on. I'm gonna put, looks like it might be dropping anyway. Okay, anyway, deletable, delete, yeah. Double click it, control C, copy. I'm gonna put this date later, just because I'll explain it later. Okay, 462.99. So that's a resistance, and I'm also mark 463.5 is this resistance right here. This is the top one, but to be safer, I do like this one right here, which I could barely see it. 463.38. Oh, there's no point because it's dropping. I was marking that just in case it did go up, because I was going to show if it went up. Those would be the safer places to take profit if I bought right there, which luckily I did not. All right, so off to around 460.3 or around 457.5. Let's see. I'm gonna look at them 460 puts. I'm gonna see how much those are up if I bought those. I think this is it. This is probably a later date. Yeah, those are December 21st. I had those marked. Ooh, though, I mean, those are up a lot. So earlier today, it cost $350. Now they're at $585, which, to be realistic, would have probably bought at like $360, $357 maybe. And if I sold it, it'd be around like probably $570, $580, or it'd be right here around $560, $565. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, blue 420 puts. No, those green. Okay, 15 460 puts. I just want to see how it fluctuated the prices, if I could think clearly. Okay, it's 200. So 460. I want to look at the ask. Send it to green. So market open. They were overpriced. Pretty much like $2. Really like $1.70, $1.60 if you bought market open. Would have probably bought around 470. 485, something like that. These are puts, 460 puts that expire on the 15th. You see, December 15th, 460. Okay, so 95 cents, aka $95 to 248. Yeah, if they weren't so expensive, I'd have probably bought some with real money if they're like under 30 bucks, but that was too expensive. Man, that shit's flew like. So now I feel like 460 is too obvious. It should definitely bounce around 460. It'll probably get to like 460, I don't know, 463.4 or 462.5 maybe. IDK, but I am probably gonna go eat. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna set an alarm. I'm gonna set a alarm for 460.3, and I'm gonna go eat. It's probably a very bad time because it could get there in like 5 minutes, as you can see. Oh, there's an alarm that I set probably a few weeks ago. Says to buy 468, 474 call. Tempted, not gonna lie. No, it says 468. Again, this is from like weeks ago. I mean, stuff happened in the market that is different You know, I see different, like it could bounce here. It could bounce hard. Like I said, it could be around at 500, around 500 by March, or it could be around 400. So I don't know, man. I don't know, because that's the thing about trading, man. Trading long kind of it's extra stressing because it takes more money and it takes more time. And I don't have either right now. But let me look. Let me look at the prices. It can still go around 457, 458, by the way. But I mean, let me look at the prices. I'm probably not gonna do it just because I'm trying to save up. I'm looking at January 28th call for 480. How much is that? 250, or pretty much 260. So it could be reversing here, but I'm cheap, so if I do buy calls, it'll probably be not till like 458. I'll probably regret it. That's what sucks about having less capital, because you have to be more precise. You have to be more careful, and it's a lot more stressing because you miss out. But then if you buy too early, and then you'll be down 30%, and then I mean you feel stupid for, you know, not buying the bottom. And yeah, that's why it's a little bit of, you know, a little bounce right here. I can't even think. Why would I buy 468 calls? Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll get some 468 calls that expire, I don't know, on the 20th. Yeah, how much are those? 468. They're $100. A bit too much for me. I'm fucking cheap, man. Cheap and broke and trying to save up. 20th is on Monday. How about the 16th? I'm gonna look at the 16th. Oh, I could only get the 17th or 15th. Okay, 468 calls. They're $85. Nah, I'm gonna wait. That's too expensive for me. I mean, if this drops, I mean, nah. You can still get around 457, 458, man. This will be a good day trade though. Like for like, I don't know, 462 calls. Maybe. To be safer, 461 calls, which is almost there already. Oh, never mind, it's already there. So 462. Yeah, like 461.9 looks like it can get around 462 for if it's dropping, it'll get there. That can be a resistance just based off looking at, let me zoom in. Yeah, around 461.9, 461.9, between 461.9 and 462.2. If it's bearish, dropping lower and harder, then that'd be a good resistance. But if it's gonna test a higher resistance level, I mean, you know, you can still get around 462.3 or 0.4, even 0.5. Like I said, when you're a scalper, when you scalp, you know what can happen, but you don't know what's gonna happen. That's why you take profit. Like if I bought down here, which obviously my alarm rang, but I had kind of a brain fart, pretty tired, and I kind of want to eat, but could have bought for a day trade, you know, for like, would have probably bought like 4 to be safe, because it is sketchy. Like 461 calls, even 462 calls. I would say 462 calls, but it may not get there, you know, and if it doesn't get there, then I mean 461 will be in profit. But 462 may not be. I mean, it will be in profit, but it won't be. It'll be a very small window, because this can go to 400. This can go around 430, around 430, 436, or around 400. Or, you know, from here you can go around like 480, 476, potentially even by March. I'm gonna stop saying by March because there's so much freaking data burn, but it could be around 500 or 520. I think it'd be better, I don't know, I'll probably get some 468 calls around when it gets around 458. Some calls that expire, I don't know, maybe next week sometime, maybe even this Friday. Right now it is, what is it, I don't even know, Monday, right? Oh, it's freaking Tuesday. Oh, I gotta work tomorrow. Oh, sucks. Seriously? Damn. So I can't really study tonight. I mean, I can. Babble, babble, babble. Alright, I'm gonna shut up. I would also like to mention how this is a double top. So this would be the resistance right here. You see right here top, right here top. So if it is not a falling knife, like to where it falls straight down, I mean, it's gonna probably recover pretty soon, like I said, around like 457 or around here, to get to this resistance back here, which is a safer one would be like it'd be the bottom one. Like I would say this right here, but nah, I say like I'd mark this right here, 469.57. Which, what is this anyway? I don't even know. I've got so much freaking. Okay, so I'm gonna mark this 469.57. Gotta change a lot to it. I'm gonna make it super red, just so it stands out to me. I'm gonna make it thick too. 469.57. Extension on. I may put a way later date, so that way it's a straight line. It just works out that way. I don't know why, but you put a later date and the line will be straight and it won't be like slanted and just screw. There'd be no point of putting this if it's slanted. So I want the line straight, and see. So there's that resistance. Now there it is. As you see, it's right there, which I want to wait till it gets lower. Although it may not get lower, it may bounce right here, because it would make sense, because around here, if it's very bullish, it'd bounce. So because 460 is a support and it's at 460.39, so it'd make great sense to bounce. But I don't know, I guess I'll just keep missing out. If this mic's not working, I'm gonna be so mad, because I think the volume's too low. There, I turned it higher. Test. Yeah, not sure if that helped. Wow. Okay, I was gonna say they all look the same, but wait, is this? Oh my god, Yes, alright, fine. I have two different intraday charts, which is not good. So this one, okay, there it is. OMG, man. So typically I'd get FOMO here, but the past month I've made so much stupid trades that I'm not gonna buy here. I have FOMO, but I've lost enough to where I'm not gonna buy here. I've made enough stupid trades to where I don't care if I miss out. I want to buy the bottom, if there is a bottom. I guess I have freaking 3 intraday charts, because what is this? It's my issue, man. I'm not organized. Okay, so as you can see, I marked this resistance right here, 470. I could already see why. Okay, so back here, I didn't mark the big wick. As you see, there's a big wick. I said, screw that. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm gonna ignore you. I went to the next high, which, what is this anyway? 470.32. So not quite the next high, but around there. Basically a safe place to take profit if I buy weeklies, if I buy a short-term swing trade for a few days. Okay, what am I doing? Oh yeah. So right here I marked it, and as time went on, it was a resistance right here, pretty strong. Even though it flew, it was still a resistance. And right here it was also a resistance, even though it went above, it was a resistance. Right here was a resistance before the squeeze, and right here was a resistance before the drop, and also a resistance right here. So I'm just showing you how you can pick out resistance levels a lot easier, because all those, it was resistance all those freaking times. And now I'm back over here. Let's see. I mean, it's pretty safe resistance to take profit, even though it's all after hours. Like these gray, this is after hours, this is market hours. Resistance, got above it, still fell, resistance, fell, then squeezed. So really, probably lower than that. I mean, from here, to be realistic, to be safe, I mean, let me look back at the past. Probably be this right here. What is this? 465. Hey, what do you know? Back to 465. I mean, obviously for a day trade, that's the safe resistance if this does go up. As you see, the closer it gets to the supports, the harder it should bounce. Question is how hard, because there's, like I marked earlier, the 465, that is a safer resistance to take most profit or all profit. Depends on the options you trade and how far the expiration is. Yeah, or it could reverse around 476, but this is a double top, and it could get to around 470, then drop hard, or even 465 if it is currently dropping as a falling knife, as they call it. Yeah, I just ate, so I'm gonna be clearing my throat a lot, I'm pretty sure. What is this? That's some trash day trade analysis. Well, it's because I did it like an hour total at work, which wasn't very effective. Could I concentrate? All right, where's the other one at? This one above. Oh man. Okay, let me go to a 1 hour. Damn, this looks like it can go around 450, around 450s. I mean, because I marked it here. I did analysis a few days ago, even though it was in like 15 minutes. And I marked this right here, and it's also right here, but down here. So I don't know, I guess I changed my mind. So if it goes to 465, I'm gonna probably buy some 455 puts. 454. Yeah, 455. Let's see, do I feel like gambling right now? Buying some 465 calls, $87. Or is it falling straight down? Let me look at the past. Let me see if it's reached 465. I'm sure it has, but how often? It reached right here, which was 464. Let me go to a 4 hour. Oh no, but 465 right here. 1, 2. Also back here. 465, 5. So 465. It's looking kind of good, unless it's a falling knife, like I said. It's back here. This would be a resistance. I'd mark it, but I have so much freaking lines. Let me see. I like 465. This is a 4 hour. I don't know, I'm gonna go for lower, so 465.15. Really it's already marked, so let me look. 465, 467, 465 right here. So 1 top, 2 top, so it could be going for 3, the number 3, 465 top. Actually no, never mind, there's more. This is pretty much 3. Yeah, I should just be quiet. I don't have to talk. So yeah, if I am bearish, I mean, it can go around 454, 453, you know, and potentially it could bounce soon to like 465 or even around 470. Like I said, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna wait for like 458, 457, even though it could bounce here. It'd probably bounce here because it's above the support, and this is a pretty important support, so it'd bounce here either way, whether it's bullish or bearish. If I zoom out, so it's right here, support. It's the not the very bottom, but it's around there from back here. Technically, by trends, by market psychology, this is supposed to fall straight down to around 454, 452, something like that, because as you see, this is a good example right here. See, say this is the smaller version. I know it's hard to see, it's all the freaking lines. Say this is the smaller version of where we're at. So if it is, we'd be around, I don't know, probably around right here on the support. So I'm expecting to bounce to 465, even 470, but it could fall straight down, like right here. It fell straight down. It's kind of a trash example, but that's just, you know, so kind of understand what I'm seeing here. Also these two, as you see, they fell straight down. Well, I mean, they did hit resistance levels, so it's a 3-minute chart. So I'm expecting, I don't know, in this case, it got low to around the 454, 453, whatever, 455, then it bounced hard, then it dropped. That hypothetical and a smaller trend example, which that's just hypothetical. I can pick out like 10 different patterns that can happen here. This is a 3-minute chart, by the way, even this right here. So it could be a reverse trend, it could be falling straight down like that, or it could be, you know, coming down to around, like I said, around 4, potentially where it's at, like 4, I don't know, 460, whatever, come up. I should just be quiet. Then come down. So you see, if it came up, test resistance, fell, dropped down lower to around 450s, and then it could reverse. It could, instead of resistance and dropping, it could reverse and go higher, or it could just fall straight down to around 400. So that's current support, for example, right here. Now let me use this for example. Say this right here, right? That's that support right there. Say that's that right there, right? So it can fall below this lower. See, it fell below support, fell below, drop. Of course, these are just hypotheticals of what can happen just by looking at trends and patterns. So it fell below support. I mean, yeah, if it does, I guess it'd be considered a crash. Not really, but they're gonna call it a crash probably. If it gets in the 430s or even around 400, I guess that could be considered a crash. It can be way worse, let me tell you, but I guess that's a crash. These are typically levels I would buy at, but that's when I haven't made so much reckless trades the past month and lost so much on like dailies on daily options and just not taking profit, because yeah, this can still drop a lot for the 10th, 15th, 20th time. I'm gonna put this on mute now. So yeah, this will probably go up to at least around 462. A little tempted to add puts there. Some like 455 puts maybe. But you know what? I'm gonna stick with day trading. Swing trading is my weakness, unless it's at a bottom. Even then, I'll sell too early. Yeah, probably still needs to get lower to maybe kiss this line right here. To kiss the line. I mean, it's technically at the bottom for the support. I mean, that's why it's bouncing. Yeah, as you see, it's a sideways triple top. See this? Here's 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, and it came down and it bounced. Now a double bottom right here. That's a pretty bullish move. Just saying, I wish I saw it before. Either way, it's right on the support. So, I mean, either way, I knew it was gonna bounce. Either way, I knew it would bounce. So 1, 2, 3 came down. If any, it's also a potential triple bottom, because here's 1, 2, and 3. Dang, I'm slow. But technically a common pattern, at least. I was looking at patterns earlier. I mean, that go back like maybe 2 months. It's pretty common for it to be a sideways triple top, whether it's going down or up. In this case, it's going down. See, it's going down. 1, 2, 3, and then it comes for a support. Then it bounces right here. Then it comes for a double bottom right here. Then the move. So, I mean, typically if it's bearish, it's gonna make the move, you know, it's gonna be a little squeezed, and then it's gonna drop. It either drop or it's gonna drop a little, little bit and form a flag and then squeeze even higher. Let's see, earlier I was marking them. Hold up, I was on the 20-minute chart, I believe. Yeah, 20-minute, and down here 20-minute. So messy. I was doing this before market open pretty much all night. Well, not this all night, I was doing different things, but I ended up anyway. As you can see, here's the bottoms. 1, 2, 3, squeeze. So here's 4. Okay, wait, what? So how's it relate to 3? Okay, really 1, 2, and 3, right? I'm messing up. For some reason, this is 1. I forgot why, but that's 1, 2, and 3. So then that's triple bottom, so it's upside down. I'm just confusing myself, to be honest. Okay, let me go up here. 1, 2, 3. So that's triple top right there. See double bottom right here. 2, 3. It looks different because it's a bigger chart, a bigger trend. So right now we're at this point right here. We're coming up to test resistance. It may break the resistance slightly and then drop back down, and then it's gonna make the move whether it's dropping or going higher. So it tested resistance, it broke resistance slightly, then came back down, and then it started dropping. It did go back up to test resistance, it failed and it started dropping pretty big. That's just one example. It's a very sloppy example, but what can I say when you're sleep deprived? Now let me look at here. It's 1B, so 1 top, 2 top, 3 top. In this case, fell straight down. So right here, it'd be falling down around here. It'd be falling straight down instead of testing resistance up here or even getting slightly past around 262.4. As you see, it's the top right there, top right there, the top right there. So triple tops are very important in the markets in general. Also triple bottoms, also double bottoms and triple bottoms too, or double bottoms and double tops. As you see right here, this is pretty much a triple bottom, triple sideways bottom, really, not a triple bottom, but sideways. It's been very common in the market. See, now it could be falling straight down, or it's just gonna test support and it's gonna squeeze to like 462 or 462.4, potentially even reversing because it's at an important support level. Which I feel like the support level was too obvious. But I mean, in all, like the past like year and a half, maybe even 2 years, like support levels for a very bullish move seemed too obvious, but they end up being successful because the market was so freaking bullish. And I was learning how to trade and was not working and did not have money. That sucked. But you know what? At least I know how to trade now, you know? I feel like I missed out a lot, but if anything, from my 4 years experience, all I know is there's opportunities, big opportunities every year, several times a year. Okay, so sideways triple bottom, 1, 2, 3, came down for support, squeeze, although it still fell very hard. I remember this right here, I wasn't really sure. I just kind of like, screw it. Like, I'm not really sure if this even is a thing right here. So it'd be 1 top, 2 top, 3 top. This is wick right here, which that's probably just moot. Just don't even, yeah, I'm not gonna look at it. So I was looking at this. For some reason, I considered this 1, 2, 3, then the squeeze, then the 0. So it pretty much usually comes down for a double bottom. So this eventually should come back down here, around here. Well, I said triple top, not triple bottom. Yeah, the bottom's a bit different, never mind. But the top, that's the triple top. I should have just kept quiet. If you look closely, sideways triple tops, I mean, here's a little one right here. It's very sloppy, but it still stands out. 1, 2, and 3, also right here. So, okay, it looks like this trend, the current trend, I mean, it looks like it's, instead of being parallel, it's more sloppy. Like, here's a higher high, and then a double top and drop right here. It's pretty much a double top and drop right there, and a lower low, lower high. I mean, there's a big wick right there, but I don't know, those are sometimes trickery, but it did hit a resistance, so it had a purpose. If you see, I mean, there's 1, 2, and 3, then there's 1, 2, and 3, then it started, you know, potentially reversing. And also I want to show it's also a sideways triple bottom over here. See it better zoomed out. See, or sideways triple top, really questionable if I should count this or the wick. Yeah, I should count the wick. Okay, instead of counting this back here, I'm gonna look at this and mark that. So 1, 2, and 3, and then it started reversing, and this was a very bullish move right here. This was a very bullish move because it was on top of a long-term support. Wait, okay, yeah, okay. Long-term supports. I have so much of these. It's probably not the right one. Yeah, I think I need the 2-day chart. Oh damn. So this support right here, a long-term support. Yeah, I know it's a mess. Have not had time. I have been working full time. but I know which ones are important. In this case, it's the white and the purple or pink, whatever. Long-term supports, new trend came up. Long-term supports, new trend came up. Bounced on the long-term support right here. Bounced very, very hard. I bought the bottom there, but sold around 455 because I'm pussy. So now it came back down to yeah, the pink currently, so that's why I bounced so freaking hard. So I mean, yeah, it can be reversing, but it may need to be a double bottom. May need to come back down around 450, you know, 454 or something like that. Or if the market's crashing, which it very much well can be, I mean, support would be like 400, which that's the modest support. That's a modest support. It can be, I mean, it can go to like 340, it can go to 360, but 400 is more realistic. And yeah, I did this, I don't know, a few months ago. 478.5, the top resistance before the crash. Then right here, 476.5. So I don't even know which one. My dumbass put 478.5 right there, and right here I put 476.5. So I don't even know. I forgot. Anyway, so yeah, if it does bounce hard here, I mean, that could be the resistance around 478.5 or 476.5, and then it can crash. It can get to around, I don't know, 540. I mean, 540. It can get around for like the 450s if it doesn't currently get there, or it could even get around 400. Yeah, so like 407 or 397, between there. A little more, a little less. So 407, a little more, a little less, or 400, a little more, a little less. Hey, okay. So she get a bit higher, if it's not reversing. So if I bought here, you know, it'd be safe to take profit here, just to be safe. You bought near the bottom over here, I can get around 462.4, 462.5. Also safer and more risky, it can get around like super risky, around 465. And I'm gonna look at the contracts right now to see what the prices were and where they can get. Let me keep it up here. Okay, so December 15th, contracts that expire tomorrow, 465. First of all, yes, I'm slow. Yes, ask. Yes, I want to look at ask. I think it's already there. I don't know. Okay, so looks like it got down to 79. What time was this at? This is at 12:58. So the low's 12:58, pretty much right before the squeeze, or right before the whatever you want to call that. So it's 79 at the bottom right there. Realistically, could have bought around like maybe 83, 84, and it got all the way up to, oh, this right here. So say you bought at 84, got up to 116. I don't know, that's probably like over 30%. Like I said, not very good at math. You do not gotta be good at math to trade. Everybody thinks you have to be a mathematical genius or you have to have like a degree. Not the case. Just learn trends and patterns and analysis, technical analysis, support, resistance. So anyway, as I said, this resistance was obviously the safest to take profit, but it can get higher. I mean, right now it can be a double top if it's dropping straight down, as you see right here and right here. It can be. That's why you take profit. And like I said, could have bought around, I don't know, 83, 84, and at that resistance right there, it got to the very top. It got to around 116. Realistically, you could have probably sold around like 108 maybe. 108, 110. If you're being, you know, if you just take profit and not too concerned about taking at the very top. Although to take at the very top right here is pretty easy because the resistance is right there and it hit it. So you take it right there. This 1 minute chart, excuse me. Okay, 111. So I would have took profit right here, right before it hit it. So 111. Let's see, down here, 111. So yeah, it would have took at the top around 116. So realistically, would have probably sold at like 113 still to, you know, get rid of it, fast. And of course, it could still go higher. But you know the vibes, take profit. So let's see, what is this for 65 calls? All right, let me look at 462 calls to see the difference. Okay, 462 calls. Remember, this side's calls, this side's puts. This side you bet's going higher, this side you bet is going lower. Okay, 462. The ask, as you see, it says ask. I personally like looking at that because that's how you're gonna buy the fastest and that's how you're gonna sell the fastest, by looking at that price. So 185 got to 255. Like I said, I'm trash at math. Wish I had a percentage calculator in front of me. Let me just subtract. Okay, 2.55 minus, I'm gonna say 1.90, 65 cents. Wish I could say the percentage. I don't even know. That's probably also, I want to sound like an idiot. Whatever it is, it's above 20%. Watch I be wrong. I don't even care. So there's that. I mean, like I said, you know, so say if I bought back here, you know, bought the very bottom, how expensive. Okay, what time is this? It's at 11:48. Okay, down here, 11:48. Let me see. It's at Theta Burn, man. Theta Burn, even though it was lower price up here because it was choppy, because it took time, because that's pretty much Theta Burn. The more time, the less time you have, the less value it's worth. So that's why it was lower here. You could have bought here at the very bottom price, but still you'd pay more. What time was this again? Oh crap. Okay, so this is around 11:48. So you would have paid around 195, 193, and it got down to 185. So you would have, you know, down here you'd have probably been down like, I don't know, like just like maybe 7%, maybe. Not too much, but enough to where if you put like $1,000, you'd be like, damn, you know, that's kind of a lot. Or maybe not, depends on the size of your account. Those are 462 calls. I'm gonna go back to 465 calls. That's what I would have bought realistically if I was trading this, because it's cheaper for one thing, and also if I hold it, if I say I put like, I don't know, it costs 79, so $80. If I bought 3 contracts, maybe I'd leave one, you know, I'd leave one in case it actually gets there, in case it gets to 465. Okay, I want to see what time. What was it, 11:48, right? Yeah, 11:48. I believe it's right here. Yeah, so would have paid around 80. It got to 83 as low, so 80, probably like 85, 86, and then it got down to 79, so would have paid 83. So not that big of a difference. But as you see, I mean, time does matter if you don't buy it right at the right moment, which you're not going to mostly, especially with long options. I mean, sometimes you're gonna buy a few days ahead of time and you'll be down like, I don't know, 20%, depends how far you buy away. But if you have like 3 months away, if you have contracts like 3 months away, you're gonna be down probably like at least 10%, 15%, typically like probably 20%. But if you're confident, you can't let it phase you, which confidence and emotions in trading options especially, I mean, that's the most, I'm still learning that. I've been learning this for 4 years trading, and that right there, just the emotional part of it, like seeing, like not being confident in yourself and pulling out of a trade, or just not taking the trade, or taking profit too early, or not taking profit. I'm just saying the emotions that's the hardest part about trading. It's crazy. I learned the stock market. I'm pretty good when it comes to technical analysis, but when it comes to emotions, the only thing keeping me down is emotions. Having FOMO, not buying when I plan to, not following my plan when to buy, you know, not taking profit, wanting more money. That's the number one thing. I'll be up like 80%, even sometimes a couple 100%, and I want 700%. That's why it's good to have, I don't know, once you get good, trade with at least, I don't know, at least say those contracts cost 80, buy at least like, I don't know, 3 or 4. So that way you could take most profit. You could sell, say you bought 4, you could sell 3 and keep 1 in there. So that way you don't feel like you missed out, you know? And if you're wrong and it goes against you, you won't feel as stupid, because you'll still be in profit, or you'll just lose your profit and it won't be a big deal. All right, let's see. What is this, the option? No. Oh, that's the flag right there, if I've ever seen one. It's a 3-minute chart, and let me go to 1 minute. So that's a classic flag right on the resistance, and it has not passed it. Right here, it's questionable. Maybe you could say, oh, it's past it. Let's see, what is this? Mark that, if this would highlight or come up. 462.22. It got to 462.2. So it's still at the resistance, still right below it. So pretty strong resistance so far. Wow, that is pretty strong resistance, let me tell you. And right now, it's not a very good pattern for bulls, because it is forming little micro triple top. Although this is a squeeze pattern at the same time. One top, double top. Remember, it can squeeze. Remember, the top, if it does squeeze and still drops, it'd be around 462.4, 462.5. If it's reversing, excuse me, I mean, you know, this can be going all the way This can be going all the way from down here from around 460 to like 476. Probably, I want to say by Friday, but it'll probably be choppy. And like I said, more hypotheticals, more things to drive myself crazy. It can drop around 469, 470. It can still crash. Even around 465, it can still crash. So let's see. If it gets past 465, that's very good. If it gets past 470, that's even better. If it gets past 470, that can indicate the market's reversing, aka SPY can be around 500 or 520 by March. But the market's been so freaking choppy. I mean, by now it should have been around 480, but it could get there this week. It can get there. It can squeeze super hard and get there, or it can just be dropping to like 450s, like 454 or something like that, 453. That's why I prefer day trading, freaking swing trading, unless I'm buying the very bottom, which that just happens a few times a year. And I never really have the confidence to put that much money anyway. And I always take profit anyway, too early. Unless I buy out the money. Okay. And don't forget that squeeze pattern, that trickery ass squeeze pattern. The one that tricked me, the one that made me sell my puts. As you see right here, it's very similar, very similar. As a matter of fact, this is a 20-minute chart. Okay. It's like we're right here, right? It's like resistance, slightly past resistance, gonna come back down. So that's a 20-minute chart. This could be similar. See a similarity, dissimilarity, this pattern, that pattern? No? Okay. Well, how about now? So yeah, this can squeeze. Just like this squeeze past resistance. This can squeeze past resistance, which it just did. 462.3 could get a bit higher. Like I said, around 462.4 or 5, which this is really the next resistance. And then it could just get even higher, aka 465. Well, that'd be way higher. It's more like 460. Yeah, it's more like 463 or something. I don't know. All I know, you see what I'm saying? Like this is that stuff that drives me crazy. Why I do not like swing trading. Because I can't relax at night. Anyway, bam. Well, from here, bam, there. It's more proper. It's a more proper bam. So this is where we're at right now. Could it be a dead cat reversal? That's what they call it, dead cat reversal. Or they also call it a V reversal, I think. I don't know. I do not know. A V pattern, I guess, because a V, aka goes straight up. It makes a V. Goes straight up, comes back down for supports, head and shoulders, and squeeze. All I know is I sold my puts. I'm not worried about it. Okay, it's at the resistance. Looking, I mean, honestly looks like it'll go higher. Well, it did hit the resistance and it fell straight down. But, okay, well, now it's risky. Remember I mentioned triple tops? I mean, this doesn't mean it's going down. It just means a move is coming. But let me see. 1. This is more 1 right here. This is 2. It's a sloppy triple top too, as it's following trend. I remember seeing some back here. I mean, these are sloppy triple tops. Sloppy, very sloppy right here. That's not quite a triple top. Well, if you consider this back here, that's a double top right here. 1, 2, drop, came down for support, test resistance, fell, dropped. Excuse my runny nose. Sloppy triple top. 1, 2, 3, random ass squeeze. And here's also a triple top. 1, 2, 3. And by the way, when I say sloppy triple top, I mean, I'm self-taught. It's what I call it, alright? Like, I don't know what that's called, but that's ugly. It's ugly. A bunch of sloppy triple tops right here. It's almost a double top right here. 1 and that. And then this random spike, higher high. A double top right here. 1 and 2, drop. Random spike, drop. So, that considered, I mean, let me zoom out to see the pattern better. I mean, right here, 1, 2, spike, drop, spike again, right here, sideways triple top, 1, 2, 3. So let's see what happens. So this is where it's gonna drop, where it's gonna squeeze past resistance. Although there can be 4, but there can't be 4. Or it could just form a double top. It can go back up, hit this resistance right here, then just drop. Telling you hypotheticals, man. You know what can happen, but you don't know what's gonna happen, but you know how to make profit though. That's the beauty of taking profit, of scalping, having confidence after you attain the confidence and the skill to trade, and you know, you can make 10-20% profit in like less than 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes like 20 minutes, not gonna lie, or 15 minutes. I mean, patterns change, it changes, you know, it's not always the same. But lately the market's been very volatile for day trading, not so much for swing trading, but for day trading it's very good because it's up and down a lot. Especially now, it's very like, see those random spikes? You saw those random spikes? Those are very common. Not only on the 1 minute chart, also, let me go to, it's a 20-minute chart right here. See all these freaking spikes, man? Dang, 470, if you bought puts at the top, around the top, that's probably like 300% profit right there. Right here, puts the top, I don't know, 150% profit right here, then right here to there, maybe another 100% profit. Puts at the top, pretty much 470 to 465. Yeah, that's a few 100% profit, probably like 200-300%. Right here, straight down. It's a lot of volume going down. It's probably 300%-400% profit. I'm talking about options that expire in less than 3 days. I prefer daily options, or you know, 3 days or less. I like 3 days or less. The least days, the better for me. But that's more risky. But that's good for scalping if you know what you're doing. Take a little 10-20% profit, you know. See all these big freaking moves, man. Day trades, like, what's this down here? Oh, look at that. Got past resistance slightly. 464. Got to 467. It's probably 200-300% profit. I say 200-300% profit, but 50% profit easy, 80% profit easy. You know, you don't gotta take that 200-300% profit. Take you 50%. Be safe. I mean, you know, unless you put a little bit of money for like $30-$40, you know. But too much of that, it can really drain your account. Believe me, I know. Yeah. So anyway, the market's very volatile. It's very good to be a day trader, to be an option scalper, to be a option day trader, you know, that, I mean, you know, who day trades options that expire less than a few days. It's always good. It's always good, believe me, compared to everything else. I mean, unless you got a lot of time and a lot of money, then yeah, this is the way to go. Just gotta beat the emotions of trading. That's the hardest part. That greed, that's the worst. I got that bad. I'd also like to mention, remember that 3, that 1, 2, 3, then those random spikes, them random big ass spikes. Yeah, so that could be the top. Just saying. I mean, that's looking at the 1 minute chart. If you look at different charts, it tells you a different story. Other charts tell you it could be reversing, which it very much well can be. I mean, you heard the alarm earlier when it got to like 460.3 or something like that. My alarm rang. I've been waiting for that alarm for months. Maybe not months. Probably like a month and a half. But yeah, a lot's happened since then. A lot's happened that changed my mind. I mean, I could still reverse, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I mean, even if it gets to like 465, 468, 480, from those resistance levels, it can get to 450, 450. I'm gonna definitely buy some puts in those areas, because by now it should have been at 480, unless it's gonna be a crazy squeeze to 500 by March. By mid-February, really. I mean, March, that's a safer expiration in March, but really the top or bottom is supposed to be, I don't know, potentially mid-January to late January or mid-February. So it could drop, you know, to 450s and then be at 480 around that time instead of 500. So it could drop soon to around 4 I don't know, 52 or something. Then by March it could be at 480. It's just so many different hypotheticals. That's why I don't like long-term trading, well, at least for options. I mean, if I had a bunch of money, if for people who got a bunch of money who can throw away, you know, a couple $100, like $300-$400, and sure, yeah, if, you know, if it doesn't affect your mind, if it doesn't affect your mood, if it doesn't affect your emotions, then sure, go for it. But if that's kind of a lot to you, $300-$400, I mean, you know, in different positions, like 3 or 4 different positions, like, so it's, I don't know, probably like $2,000, over $1,000. I mean, if that doesn't affect you, just losing it, then go for it, you'll be good, you know. But if it does, then yeah, I don't enjoy long term, at least not now anyway. Just in the infant stages of long options. They are a lot better. I just, if you got time. Okay, so as you see, potential So the reason why it's bouncing is because a support level, if you look back, so this is also a way you can find out how to do your technical analysis for your support and resistance levels. For your support and resistance levels, so a bounce right here. I mean, you know, if you're intraday, day trading, scalping, so a bounce right here. So if you look back, obviously that's based off a double bottom, right here and right here. So never mind, that's pretty common. Trading double bottoms, triple bottoms, double tops, triple tops. I mean, those are typically the easiest 10%, 20% trades you can make, but the patterns, they change. The patterns change. So double bottom right here, and I'm sure back here is a support somewhere too. Let me zoom in. Let me just draw a line. This is the 1 minute charts. I mean, I see this right here, resistance again, then squeeze. So resistance and drop, resistance and squeeze. Came back down, became support again. So really it's like a triple bottom, because as you see right here, it's 1 bottom, 2 bottom, 3 bottom. Remember three is very important. 3 tops, 3 bottoms, whether they're parallel or they're sideways, whether they're going up or whether they're going down. So 1, 2, 3, then the move. But I mean, it's probably has to come back down. I don't know, because in the past on the 20-minute charts, after 3 it comes back down. Let me yeah, it's already on the 20-minute. Okay, this is somewhat gibberish, but here we go. I'm gonna just call this 1, 2, 3, triple bottom, going up, test resistance, came back down, but then it dropped after 3, right? And even right here, I can see, well, oh, there you go. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Went up to test, barely, then dropped like a rock. You see how they touch? I mean, you know, you can draw a line and they touch. 1, 2, and 3. You know, that's some basic price. I'm not sure if that's price action. That's more of a pattern right here. 1, 2, and 3. Market close. So it was choppy because there was no volume. And the move, well, it came back down, but it was a higher low. Squeeze. So basically, yeah, a move is imminent, as you see. Okay, so I'm gonna draw this line right here, just for shits and giggles. Doesn't really mean it's gonna happen, but actually I hate drawing these lines like before the pattern. I hate doing that. So many people do that like on YouTube, and you could just tell they really don't know. It works like 30% or 20% of the time, it seems like, anyway. Maybe I just suck at it. All right, not gonna lie, is it reversing? Is it going to 465, or is it going to 470? Okay, never mind. A little tempted to buy some puts here. But you know what? It still has a lot of room to go up. So hit that resistance. You see, December 17th, 453 puts are expensive as hell. They're like $113, aka $1.13. Yeah, too expensive for my taste. You see that? That's a common squeeze pattern. Really, it's a pattern before it squeezes or drops. So double top right here, 1, 2, it came down for support, testing support. Now it's testing resistance. It's forming a flag. So flags typically form from double tops, and they form triple tops, and potentially they can even form a 4 tops. So right now it's a double top. You see right here, 1. Well, it's actually good the way it is, because zoomed out you can see it better. 1, 2, you can see the flag better in the pole. You see the pole, the flag. Anyway, double top, 1, 2, it came down for support, a higher support, as you see. So now it's testing resistance and support, and it's potentially squeezing. So resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. It got higher right there. It's higher lows, as you see, all the way higher lows. That is a flag, and also really that's a squeeze pattern right there. So now it's forming a potential triple top. So it can go back up, maybe slightly higher than back here, slightly lower, then come back down for support, and then the move will happen, whether it's going to drop or it's going to squeeze, which that looks pretty freaking bullish. Although it is on a resistance, but it's still bullish. It bounced off a very important support level down here, and let's see, it's probably head and shoulders also. It's a 1 minute chart. That is a 1 minute chart. Let me look at a 3 minute. Well, let me look at the 1 minute zoomed out. If I zoom out, this is the 1 minute. This right here is support. Head and shoulders, you see back here, that's a support, and it's bouncing. That's also support for a squeeze for a head and shoulders. See right here, it's the head. Really, this whole thing's a head, and here's the shoulders up here, which this can also be considered a shoulder right here and right here. but this is just more proper example because back here, let's see, what is this? 463.01. I'm gonna mark it 463.01 extension, or yeah, on. I'm gonna put 1224. Hello, scam likely. You're calling me. I will not answer. Thank you. Bye. Bye. All right. See, support. Oh, also support right here also. So 1 bottom, 2 bottom, 3 bottom. So yeah, it's 3 bottoms. So okay, so it can still drop. Basically 3 bottoms, triple bottom. I mean, from earlier, after 3, big move coming, whether it's squeezing or dropping, it could come down for a double bottom. You see it's testing right now, so it could come back down for a double bottom and then squeeze, or this could be the top and it could be dropping to a lower support than this right here. Oh man, okay, really, it's 1, 2, 3 right here, 3 bottoms right there. 1, 2, 3, it tests resistance and drops. So really this is number 4. This is number 4. So if this is number 4, if you look back here, number 4 is really 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I put 0 because sometimes it drops, sometimes it squeezes. In this case, it squeezed very hard. This is number 4 right here, and it squeezed very hard. But sometimes it drops also. Sometimes it drops. 1, 2, 3, 4 came up to test resistance. Then it dropped for a double bottom. It failed resistance. Then dropped pretty badly for a while. For I don't know, it's like a week maybe. Looks like a week and a half. A little over a week. Anyway, I'm just saying, looks like it's squeezing. But that can be that random squeeze because it is at 4. So 4, it got past. I mean, it can also be a crazy squeeze like back here. Wish I had it pulled up like back here. That's pretty crazy squeeze. For one day at least, that's pretty crazy squeeze. Like that move right there. Whew. Let's see, it was at 443, 44, went to 4. That's probably like a 500%, 700% move right there if you bought near the bottom. Yeah. Trading options that expire less than 3 days, preferably less than 2 days, preferably daily options expire the same day. But hey, so like I said earlier, the squeeze pattern, I mentioned it. There's a double top. I don't remember, it was right here I think, because it's already formed. So it's right here and right here, right? Double top. So really it's a triple top because right here 1, 2, and 3, and it came down for support, a higher support, the squeeze support. And what do you know, squeezed, which I mean, calling it a squeeze is kind of a overstatement, but when it comes to trading daily options, I mean, that's like a 30-40% move right there. That's a squeeze, buddy. Okay, so I'm over here, I'm looking at trying to find, so here's 3 right here, 1, 2, 3. Well, is that questionable? Let me remove this. So 1, 2, questionable if that's 3. Yeah, it could be 3. That's a bigger wick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, really. Okay, so anyway, so then what do you know, the big move, it's a new trend. So let me look for another. So I'm looking for 3 or 4 tops, right? 3 or 4 tops. They're not in yet. I'm going to, on the time axis, I'm gonna add some to it. I don't know, not much, like 30. Just give me some room. It's a big wick right here. I'm not gonna consider that. Damn, can it be 3 already? No. I was way off. Go back to here. Okay, I'm gonna just chill. So am I regretting buying the move? Will my alarm ring? Yeah, for a day trade, but for a swing trade, man, I ain't about that life right now. Let's see those 465 calls. 465. It's green. So could have bought around 80, 83 near the bottom. So over 100%, like I don't know, 120, 130% maybe. Not a mathematician here. I'm just a degenerate trader with a passion. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so yeah, once you got the money, once you become better at trading, once you have like, I don't know, 10K in your account, for example, you could put like 500 here, maybe 1,000 here, make over 1,000 right there. I called it, and I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for that alarm for like weeks. I should have took the trade, but I don't really care right now. I'm too tired to care. I just want to take swing trades. I want to sleep at night. All right, that is a pretty steep drop at the top right there. I mean, that's pretty steep. It's coming on support. So where this can go, it can go down here probably. It can probably go down here, then squeeze. Realistically, if it's going straight up, squeezing again, it'll squeeze right here on the support, on the higher high of this squeeze support. And these two are squeeze supports. This right here is the bottom squeeze support. This right here is the top squeeze support. And right now it's on the top squeeze support. So if it squeezes the F up higher, like to from here, it could go like straight to 465 within like 10 minutes, or even like 470 today from here, from this support, or it can drop, some theta burn. Oh, yeah, it can come down around here for a double bottom, which right here is a double bottom. But if you look back at the past, let's see. Oh yeah, remember I marked it. So it was already like 3 back here, 1, 2, and 3. So this was 4. Oh man, this might be the top. So this is 4 right here. So yeah, it had the squeeze. It had the trickery squeeze, the potential trickery squeeze. Cause 3, after 3, big move. Let me show again. Doesn't mean it's gonna drop. I'm just saying what can happen, why I like taking profit when scalping and day trading, because I don't like to worry, because I'm already fat and I'm gonna die soon. All right, let me see. 1. Oh crap. Yeah, it's the right screen. 1, 2, and a 3 and a 4. So 3. So this is where it squeezed, and it could come back down for a double bottom, which looks like it can be. Even though this is lower than this, that's essentially a double bottom, and then a downwards trend. Not saying that's gonna happen. I'm just saying what's realistic. This is still a squeeze support right here. But if it was extremely bullish, it would have squeezed up here, because that's the higher squeeze support. Although this is the true squeeze support. I mean, let me look. Yeah, nah, it hasn't really been that valid on this trend yet. Looks like this was more the resistance up here. This line, I mean, is more relevant. So yeah, you see it coming down here. So I mean, down here it'll probably go up to like probably 463 at least. 463.8, maybe even 463.5, and that'll turn into a triple top, because you see 1, 2, if it came down here, bounce, got to 463, around 463.6 or 7, that'd be a triple top. And triple tops, it's gonna form a flag, and it's gonna squeeze again, or it's gonna drop. Oh damn, I love day trading, let me tell you. Wish I could do this shit all day, every day. Mind you, that could be the top. It could be on its way to like 457. If it gets to 457, nah, I was gonna say I'm a buy, but you know what? 454, even 432. That's just realistic. But let me think. With 457, I mean, at 457, it can get to like 469 from there at least. Well, let's see. It's coming down to this support right here. Okay, what is this? 463.01. Got to 463.15. So yeah, that could be the bounce right here. Like I said, it can get to around here, at least around 463.8. I mean 6, and it's already triple right here, 1, 2, and 3. So this would be number 4 if it gets there. So that's tricky. Let me think. If that's number 4, I mean, yeah, then there's gonna be the move, whether it's dropping or going up again. When I say the move, I mean the scalp, the day trade. I keep saying the move, because there's constant moves in scalping, constant 20, 30, 40% moves, which is freaking awesome. Only issue is the PDT rule. That's the only freaking issue. If there was no PDT rule, I would already be a millionaire. I'd be a millionaire off a couple $1,000. Looks like support going below so far, double bottom potential, but would not really trust that. Well, since it got down right here, it's a higher high, 462.93. This is 462.95. So yeah, that's a double bottom. So it's gonna test it, but it may not even get up here. This already a triple 1, 2, 3 right there, and then the move right there. Damn, I should have looked at the contracts for 457 and 455. But it's fine. I enjoy this actually. I enjoy explaining this. I think I'll do this every freaking day, at least for the first until like 9 or 10 a.m. As you see, I mean, the vibes. Let's see, will it pass 463.6. Really will pass this resistance right here. This is the main resistance it needs to pass. But right here, looky here. I mean, this could be the real resistance right here because it dropped pretty damn hard and it got to 1, 2, and 3, then squeezed. So this could be the resistance right here, you know? So if I buy right there, I'd be taking most profit right here because it could drop like a rock, buddy. Don't be greedy. Don't be gambling greedy. Big wick up top. Oh, big wick up top. Oh yeah. See what's going on. And this is a great example of why it's important when you scalp and really day trade. It's important to do it full time because I found this support right here like probably an hour ago. Like I wouldn't know, like I'd see a double bottom and I could suspect, but having this support right here, I mean, that was just evidence for me, you know. Like I went back, I looked at the past, you know, I marked it back here. I saw 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now it's at 5. But 5 is not really a thing, so it's gonna probably drop. It's gonna probably drop pretty hard because 3 and 4 is a thing, but 5, I mean, unless it's starting a new trend, it's not gonna bounce here. Got to 464.44. What do you know? Another head and shoulders again. It's slightly below. Let me see. So this is a head and shoulders support. I believe it's the very bottom. Let me make sure. I could go back even farther. Okay, 463.01. You got to 462.92. So let me change this to 462.92. Crap. I put a comma. 462.92, not 463.92. I just realized I've been up since like 9 p.m. yesterday. And now it is 3 p.m. Okay, so the candle's above it, which is good. The wicks below it, no big deal. That happens. You see the wicks go below support and they also go above resistance, but the candle, you see the candle is solid orange, not the wick. That's still above it, so it's still a valid support. That's why it's bouncing. Honestly, really still don't trust it because it's at 5. Remember, that's 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4, but this is 5, so don't really trust it unless it's starting a new trend that has 5s in it, which those are pretty freaking rare, but they happen for weeks at a time, out like the whole year in my experience of just like, I don't know, I've only got like a year and a half experience day trading, at least like whole days to where I know what I'm doing. Well, is it 2 years though? Considering I worked and I wasn't trading every day, yeah, a year and a half. But like I said, I wouldn't trust this. That 464.4 is a pretty solid resistance, although this is a pretty solid support. Okay, I'm gonna go back farther now. Let's see, this is a 20-minute chart. Oh, what do you know? Different support lines. Or no, this is the same chart. Let me see if it says something different. I'm kind of brain farting right now. Tired. Okay, yeah, right here, right? Yeah, that doesn't show nothing at all. All it does is show, I don't know, some half-assed. Okay, so first of all, what is this? 462.72. Let me zoom in, because that'll help even if it's 10%. 462. I mean, it does come back to here, right here, which is, it did drop, but this is still a bullish trend support. Because that drop was market psychology. It's supposed to happen. You just don't know when it's going to happen. That's the thing. You know it's going to happen, but you don't know when. That's the most frustrating part about trading. About swing trading, really. Okay, 462.04. What is this right here? 462.22. It's 462.44. 462.04. Yeah, I do like this support right here. I mean, that's why it's already marked, essentially. Practically. Technically, yeah, I was cringe. I'm kind of brain dead right now, not gonna lie. The tiredness, you know what, this is good. Whatever this is, November 2021. Okay, cool. Hey, it's right on it too, right on it. So let's see, will it hold? Oh, moment of truth, man. I think I want to delete this because this was some scalp ass support and I don't really need it. I'll keep it because it can be resistance now. Now it's resistance. Fuck it. So right here is a good support. That is a good bull market support. But you know the vibes. It can go way the F lower. This is a next support down here. Around 453. Yeah, still on it. Okay, so this is at 462.22. It bounced at 462.37. So it can go lower before it does bounce. Or it could be bouncing here, or this is some fakery, buddy. So we're gonna see the patterns form. Hold up. As you can see, it's becoming extended. There's higher highs, which I guess it is kind of good considering it's on a support. Yeah, that can be good. I mean, at least for temporary type shit. I mean, probably just get to like 463. Well, I was gonna say 463.6, around 463.63 or something. But really, I mean, where it's at, a little bit higher, then it's risky because based off this right here, this resistance. So if I drew it, so back here, 463.15, 463.17. I'm gonna draw it at 463.15. Oh, it's at 463.24. 463.15, that's a safe place to take profit if you bought there. Oh, it's squeezing straight the F up, which if you bought, it's too freaking late. I mean, if you try to buy, it's too late because that premium is wow. Oh, what do you know? Market closed. That's why. Time flies. Right at the resistance. What do you know? Let's see how much tops. Let's see at this resistance right here. How much tops back here? I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but I said it like that, and yeah, I don't really see a clear top back there. So obviously 1, 2, 3. I would consider this a top, but this is it's risky to consider because it's such a big wick. Cannot always consider those. Right now that looks very bullish, but I mean that can change in like 2 minutes. So yeah, it's at 1, 2, and 3. So 3, so yeah, the move, what do you know? It closes when there's supposed to be a move, when it's supposed to go up or it's going to go down. So remember 3 and 4, I mean, whether it's tops or bottoms, there's going to be a move, at least for a scalp, at least on the 1 minute chart or a 3 minute chart, which I prefer the 1 minute chart, which is very toxic because I mean, you know, like sometimes I make swing trade positions based on day trade analysis because I look at the 1 minute chart so much. I don't recommend it, but if I just stay scalping, it's all good. I don't know, I guess that's all. Market close. Gotta edit this freaking video. Oh my god, this is the worst part of this shit. Damn. I'll probably do a full day trading, at least recording, I don't know, like once a week maybe, because editing the video freaking sucks so bad. Yeah, okay. So predictions. So yeah, tomorrow it can be around 465 market open, and then it can drop to this support right here, and then right here it'll form a flag, and it can go to like 469 to 470, or it can drop to around 457 to 453, but not tomorrow. I mean, that's just the next supports and resistance levels I mentioned. I mean, it could be tomorrow, but it could take 4 days. Is that all? Let me think. Oh yeah, I also want to mention, every time the market closes, take note, because when it closes or even when it opens, it's at a very important pattern. So take note of the pattern whenever the market closes. Like I said right here, I mean, it closed right at the resistance. That's no coincidence. That's intentional. So now it's going to form a flag, as it's forming right now. It's forming a flag. And what flags do after flags form, a move happens, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. Let me look at market open. Let me try to describe market open. Oh, market open. Let me try. Let me just say, every time the market opens or every time it closes, it's important. Basically, there's patterns. If you know what you're doing and you know patterns and you know trends, pretty much during market close especially, there's a pattern where you have FOMO, where you see a pattern and you're like, oh, I see what can happen, and then you end up taking a ridiculous position, and then it ends up doing the opposite of what you think will happen, because the pattern, it disintegrates into oblivion. So you can't always see the pattern the same day. Sometimes it takes like here's a 1 minute chart. Sometimes you can only see the pattern on a 3 minute chart. Sometimes you can see it on a 10 minute chart. Sometimes a 20 minute chart. That's why you have to switch through charts, because different charts tell you different things. But overall, the smaller the chart, the faster the move, the more accurate your position. That may have not made sense if you're new to trading, but that will eventually. And I wish I was better at talking and explaining things, but I'm not, and I'm super tired. So okay, let me zoom out. It always closes at somewhere important, right? Yeah, I said that. Oh damn. Okay, so I reached this right here. So 1 top, 2 top. I'm not even gonna start there right now. Okay, that's all.